Whew.
Okay, let's second time's a charm. Let's do this again.
Yes, here we go.
Hey guys, welcome to Hot Take Tuesday live on a Wednesday. I'm here with my awesome guest, Anthony Jefferson. Anthony, Tony, AJ, take it away.
Hello, I am Anthony Jefferson. I have worked with Lisa in the past on some pretty fun projects, and now I am in St. Louis and working as an AV tech, doing everything from installations to configuring cameras to dealing with network racks for all that stuff. So I just took all my experience in the past 15 years and combined it into one job. It's fun. Yeah, I used to live in Florida. What else? Oh yeah, I'm about to have a baby.
Oh!
Yeah.
Congrats! Hey!
Excited about that. Yeah, in this, I would like to give a little statement before we start this. A24 will always be on the top of my list of movies when they drop something to go see.
Period.
Always.
Period.
They are bending genres like nobody's business.
Yes. Okay, so I want to keep you guys to spend much longer. We are going to be talking about the 2025 horror comedy Death of a Unicorn, starring Jenna Ortega and Paul Rudd. Ayo.
As the father-daughter duo of the century.
Right? Let me tell you, I really enjoyed this movie. Like, I loved it.
I enjoyed it for what it was worth, but I think I don't know. I still have not learned how to shut off the brain when I'm watching the movie. And
what do you mean?
Okay, so we'll talk about this, and then we'll go into the other thing. My only con the whole time was why was the pony, the baby horse, the only thing that looked horrific in CGI? Because the parents look fine, but that one, I was like, they were like, "Hey, we don't have the budget for this one." That's what it felt like.
Listen. You I think you are correct. I think they put a lot of the budget onto the parents because most of the live action movement was the parents. Most of what we saw with the baby was like a puppet, if anything, for most of the part, because it didn't need to be. So I could see them just like, okay.
I was like, because it was like, man, that thing is ugly. But yeah, so this is one of those movies I don't want to talk about the acting at all. There's the acting. I think they picked the right people in certain comedy roles to play all the parts.
Yeah.
So I cannot remember the actor's actual name, but the son.
Oh, he is
my favorite.
Will Poulter.
Thank you. Well, so he's hilarious.
From Meet the Millers.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, he's in a lot. Even when he played in The Last Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
He's still like his. What's the right word? He's the dumbest smart person I've ever seen on screen. So yeah, that was an amazing watch. The color palette was amazing. I mean, it's A24. They're known for horror movies. They're known for crossovers. But this color palette wasn't as dark and gloomy as I thought it was going to be. It was more. It had a lot of purples. It had a lot of like greens and things that you're looking for in a mythical type horror film.
Yeah, I think that's what kind of like played a role in it and why it wasn't all like dark and gloomy like you said, which I love. Like, as a matter of fact, I feel like horror movies happening in like the light of day are becoming something more and more that I'm really enjoying it, because it's almost just like you let your guard down and you don't realize that anything can get you.
Pretty much. It's just I compared it. I was talking to my wife about this about the movie, and I compared it to the song "Never Trust a Happy Song," and I was saying that it's so bright at the beginning and everything else, and you're like, "Oh, it's Death of a Unicorn," and you're like, "Oh, this seems a little too uppity to be a horror film," and then boom, and you're like, "Oh, okay, here we go." Like
Yeah.
things are getting weird.
Here we go.
It took some time, but it got weird, and you're like, all right, cool. But yeah, so the color palette was amazing. The themes. Now I wanted to know your thought. What did you sense the themes are? I only got two. Well, three actually.
So, I will go. Okay, one obvious one, which the whole movie's about, is man's incessant need to control and like reap like capitalism, like try to drain all the resources. Like they wanted to down to every last resource.
Corporate greed.
Squeeze it.
Yes,
Squeeze it dry. Like I
Always.
actually at one part I was concerned when they brought the father the plate with the steak and it was purple. I was like, did they cut up the baby unicorn and start eating it?
Yeah, it shows it. The thing that I liked is the most about a lot of the themes in it, and touching on that one specifically, corporate greed, but also like the the outlook from everybody's eyes already of like, oh, rich people do some really odd things, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
this definitely exploited that, where it's like, oh, hey, we found a mythical creature, and oh look, it has some health benefits. Oh, just let's go slaughter all of them, and it's like, whoa, hold up, just because it's beneficial for you doesn't mean you destroy the whole thing.
Yeah.
But who am I to say that when I still use loose leaf paper? So, like, I still have a notebook. But yeah, that was one of the biggest ones that I noticed was corporate greed. Of course, they had to have some family elements in it and grieving, where it's like, oh yeah, I'm grieving, so I'm doing these morally questionable things to help, which I thought was awesome how they answered that in the movie, because the whole time I'm like, you got a kid there with you. Why are you going along with a lot of this? Like, what is
Mm-hmm.
stopping you from being like, you know what? Nah, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
We out. Like, we
Mm-hmm.
don't need to be here. If the family hasn't, or the horses haven't attacked the daughter, I'm leaving. I didn't do anything. She didn't do anything. I'm out. But then you start seeing the way he's acting, and when they finally explain it, you're kind of like, I get it a little bit.
So I think that okay, the wealthy people, I think it was all greed. The father, I actually didn't get greed from him because I knew what I had a feeling what was behind it. It wasn't
Right.
like, man, I can't wait to get rich. It was, oh good, because he's already lost his wife. If something happens to me, at least
My kid's dead.
she's set. So it wasn't about, oh, I can't wait to make all. It was like, okay, good, we're gonna be set, we're gonna be good. So he spent so much time focusing on ways to get her set up for what he thinks, like what she'll need, that he was overlooking the now, and what she really needs is you. You know what I mean? Um, Being set up with money is a good thing, but it's not a replacement for you. That's what I got from that.
It was. I agree. I definitely agree. Like I said, they give that perfect example where he's like, I think the whole time I've been doing it for me, thinking I was doing it for you.
Yes.
Before he's like, I got a plan, kind of thing, and you're like, oh, hold on one second, sorry. There we go. Now we're set. Here. So I wrote notes.
I wrote notes.
Okay, cool. We're good.
No, normally I rewatch, like whether it's something that's new or old, I watch it again, like I told you. But because this was so new and I just watched it, I didn't have time to like rewatch it again. So I'm like, okay, what do I remember? What do I remember?
No, I actually watched it, sat down, wrote everything, and then I typed it up, and then I'm like downstairs. I was looking at it, but yeah, my computer froze. So
Perfect. We'll go off my notes, my one page of notes.
I just had in there the actors' names, the theme. I, I wrote down the cinematographer's name. I've seen it before on a couple other projects, and the one thing I would definitely like is that it's changing consistently, where he doesn't have a signature. And I was like, let's go. Like that's what I like to see, where it's like there's not a signature there, but there's definitely progression, and it's definitely a beautiful thing to look at.
Okay.
The story was hilarious to me.
Yeah.
The background, the constant information overflow of the backgrounds of like everybody and figuring out what type of people they are. And it was hilarious, especially with Coulter's character, where he's
Coulter.
Poulter's character, where he's like, his mom is like, did you just smoke that? Yes.
Like, but the fact that he was getting smarter when he did it.
But it wasn't it crazy how his personality didn't change though? Like he was still like, ooh, money, ooh,
yeah.
How do we capture them? Instead of being like, yo, I'm getting smarter. I should be Shepherd. I got my notes just popped up. Shepherd, unhinged and immoral, to the like perfect unhinged and immoral. Definitely arrogant as all get out. I thought that was wild. But I can't.
I laughed every time he yelled. What's his name? This what's this? The servant's name? What was it? Griff. And wherever Griff was, he heard him.
Yes. I just thought it was hilarious that I know the movie is so much more than the two or the multiple scenes of him doing the unicorn horn, but that part just shocked me because of how funny it was and how loud I laughed.
Yes.
Where he's like, spills it, and then goes, it's for science. Like, in my head, I'm like, I wonder how many times that has happened with a drug being created. They're testing something for something else, and they spill it over, and they're like, for science. Oh, yep, that don't work the way it's supposed to.
Well, think about what's it called? The oh my gosh, the drug that like makes guys happy or whatever. What's it called? Dang it, I forget what it's called now.
Makes guys happy?
Yeah.
The blue pill?
Huh?
The blue pill? Viagra.
Yes. I could not remember the name of it. I could not remember the name of it. But like that was not the intention at all. I think it was supposed to be like I think they were trying to test it for diabetes or something random. Something totally off the wall. And they were like, "Oh, you know what this is good for?"
Penicillin. Like that's what. Like,
and then they're like, "Oh,
the what? The old? That's weird."
If it lasts longer than 4 hours, see a doctor. And I'm just like, for you guys to say that, have to put that in there. It's happened enough times for it to be a thing.
Definitely.
But whatever.
Or my favorite part where he's like, they're running around and he stops to smoke a bowl. And like, Oh, I've had it all wrong the whole time. And it's like,
You know what? Okay, now that you say that, okay, I'm thinking about when the unicorn had his mother on the pool table and was like, and his mother was like, do it, do it, do it. And he was going to do it, but he stopped himself because all he could think about was the money I can make if I. So you literally, like, okay, granted, his mother didn't look like she was going to make it either way. But you made a conscious decision.
yeah, for money.
For money.
You're
already.
already.
Okay, that was the other thing about that got to me. Like, enough is never enough.
Especially when, what didn't make sense though was, when is enough enough? Especially when you not only have a butler, you had a security guard that was also your butler. You had a team of scientists on standby. You had enough money to have a mansion in the middle of nowhere.
And I think they built it on a reservation because I heard the mother mention Navajo or something. I was like,
how'd you pull that off? Like it's like, I mean, it's just it was just crazy. The whole thing was crazy, especially with the little hints about like every little piece that you'd gather. My favorite thing though was when the female scientist died. I thought it was hilarious. My wife did not. She's like, that's not. I was like, it was, because rational thinking tells you, I'm gonna push your child out there, but I have his horn in my back pocket.
I don't. Okay, I was okay. I was surprised that everyone overlooked the horn thing, even Jenna Ortega's character, Ridley. Because she's like, I thought it was going to work. And I'm like, Ridley, they don't have the horn. They need the horn. You know that. Like, I mean, I don't know if she knew that it had been sawed off. Maybe they did before. I thought that she saw it without it, but I don't know. But yeah, it was like, okay, when they sawed off the horn, I was like, I thought that was the end of the baby. I thought that I was like, oh dang.
Right. I thought the horn was like, hey, that's their brainstem. If you take it, and they're done. But I had to applaud Griff in that moment, because he said, I'm going to.
Yeah. Griff was so funny. Like, Griff was so funny. Like, he barely had a lot of lines, but his facial expressions, his body language, like, that actor did a really good job of, like, conveying that silent frustration, that silent.
If you want to see him acting, he has 2 shows that he's in. One of them is Gotham.
Okay. Oh, that's why he's so familiar. I haven't watched Gotham, but I recognize his character in that. Now you said it.
So he's in Gotham, and then the other show is on Paramount. I'm trying to remember what it is.
What the Google Pod says, he's great in the HBO series Barry.
Okay, Barry. It's not Paramount. It's on HBO. Yes, Barry. He is hilarious in Barry. But you could see full range in those 2. You could see him like super serious. He has. I mean, to me, he's typecasted because I think he's albino and has alopecia, or that's just style of not having any hair.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's possible.
It fits him because he looks so weird, and you're like, okay. But then he acts, and you're like, definitely fits everything together now. But
no, that makes sense because he barely had a lot of lines or anything, but at the same time, I really enjoyed his character every time he was on screen. I was like, oh, don't kill him. I like this dude. Like, even when Paul Rudd was looking around, he goes, oh, do you have any like an omelet station? And all he does is go and walks away, and he comes back with the omelet.
Or when everybody's running around back in the house, and he's like, I don't see how any of you guys have time for any of that right now.
Yeah.
And he's putting stuff behind the door. And I'm like, that's the type of person I would want with me in a horror situation, where he's like, stop the talking. I don't know why you're trying to make a phone call. This is not happening. It's not gonna work.
And you know what? He's been serving them so long that he even knew enough not to say, "Can one of you guys come help me?" He just started doing it because he just knew. He just knew. They're not doing
Right.
nothing.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, the movie was awesome. I mean, I'm probably gonna watch it again. I
I'm
do not.
100%. Like I took me and all my girls went
Okay.
because so my so Taylor, she's like been into horror movies a long time. And then the twins, they're starting to really get into horror movies. And then my oldest, she likes, I can get her, she doesn't like horror movies, but I can get her into horror comedies. So we've
Okay.
been kind of doing this thing, we're watching horror comedies. So I was like, no, we all going. The minute I saw the trailer, I did a whole trailer reaction and everything. I was like, I'm going. I'm going. Like, as a matter of fact, I'm low-key upset that I didn't go opening weekend. Like, that's how like
Really?
much I was ready for this. Like, I should have been opening week. You know what I mean? Like, that's how much I love this
So
movie.
originally, I wasn't. I was gonna like sneak off and watch it by myself. That's what I. My wife doesn't like horror.
We listen and we don't judge.
My wife doesn't like horror movies. My child swears up and down she does. Can't handle them because then she's up by night.
All night.
And it's like, and I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, how do you sleep after watching a horror movie at night? And I'm like, because if anybody's going to come in here to get me, I'm going to throw you at them. And that's probably why she's scared, because I'm a mean dad. But so I watched it and I was like, this is a perfect horror comedy for me. My thing is, I like horror, but I like horror gore movies. That's what attracted me to it. I heard it was going to be gory. And it didn't deliver the way I thought it was, but it did deliver on, like, the realism of the mother. His guts getting ripped out was just like, yes!
That's what we're looking for. That's what you're looking for. So the funny thing you had about gore is, so I had not watched any of the Terrifier movies because I was just like, like I don't mind gore, but like I have to be in the mood for it. You know what I mean? Like, so the twins actually got me into them because they were like, oh, we want to see it. I'm like, you want to see it?
Oh, let's go.
Let's go. So we sit down and watch it, and they loved it. I'm like, okay. And like, oh my gosh, there's a part 2 coming out. Cool, let's watch it. And then they're like, oh, Terrifier 3 is hitting theaters. We gotta watch it. I was like, after you saw what happened in 1 and 2, after you saw what they did, you ready for 3? You can handle 3? Yeah. All right, let's bet. And I was like, I wonder how guys feel watching this particular scene.
What Terrifier? I'm gonna have to watch it.
3.
Okay. So I like gore, and I think it's because of it makes me think of how they're able to produce everything. I understand having special effects, VFX, and makeup crew and everybody like working together to get things done. But who's truly the like
mastermind?
Because like I can make it look like I have something popping out of my chest with glue, popsicle sticks, and food coloring. But it's like when they make it realistic, or they make it where it's the editing and everything flows so well where it looks good enough. You know what I mean? Like when she gets her guts ripped out, I can tell that she's on one of the tables where she's standing up straight and they only showing half of her body. An average viewer is not going to notice that like that. They would have to watch it 3 or 4 times to be able to get that. So, but like that was good. When he gets the horn through his head, that was good.
Okay. Yeah. You know what? Okay. So I was like, oh, they killed the dad earlier than I expected. But what's funny is, at that moment, I knew that was going to happen. I knew it because I was like, oh, you're not worthy, dog. You're not worthy. This is not going to end well for you. I thought that they were going to, but I thought a horn was going to go through his stomach or through his hand. I was not anticipating the dad, because that's definitely the dad. Okay, because the horn's sizes variation. I was like, oh, I see the dad's horn. I see mama's horn. I see baby's horn.
Right.
Very different.
It was
very different.
It was different. Actually, let's talk about all the deaths by unicorn.
Yes.
Okay. So the first death, I blinked, so I missed that. And I didn't.
Hold on. Wait, the first death. I'm trying to remember. Wasn't the first death the doctor?
I thought it was the lady butler, the one that shot the baby unicorn.
No, I could have sworn the doctor died first. Because didn't the lady butler, wasn't she also the security guard with the guns, or a different lady? Am I confused?
No, you might be right. Hold on. Yes, the doctor died first.
Yeah. That was very, like,
so,
okay, even though it was in the trailer, it still got me. Because I was like, it's coming. But then I was like, oh snap. I forgot that it's like right here, right now. Like I thought I had one more, medium point of POV shot.
I thought it was Shaw that died first, but she didn't die first. It was the male doctor, Dr. Song.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, he died first. Yeah.
So, Dr. Song died first. That was like, oh dang. Then, and I don't think it's in order, but then Odell dies, which is the dad.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the one that caught me off guard.
He died after the lady died. The butler, like, because she had the gun. There was a couple people in the woods when they went to go hunt the unicorn in the dark. Okay.
It's a horror movie. Logic and rationale does not always last. But then,
no,
okay,
but you know what? But honestly, the arrogance, I think, would even equate to modern day right now. Like in real life, I could see someone being arrogant enough to be like, "Oh, we wounded it. Let's go finish it off." Like I could see it. Not me. Not me.
My imagination is so wild. The other day, I was walking my dog, and I heard a howl, and he already did his business, and I'm like, look, we normally walk for an hour. Not tonight. And he looked at me, and he, like, planted his feet. I was like, I'm not doing it.
No. Did you just hear
so in addition,
that could be a werewolf. What are you talking about? Let's go.
I got home, and I go, I think there's a werewolf outside. And Katie's like, you're an idiot. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. The howl didn't sound like any, like, dog. It sounded like a grown man. Like, it sounded like a grown
your response is an idiot that lives.
Got it. But back to the deaths. So Dr. Bataya, the Indian lady, I believe.
Oh yeah, Bataya. Mm-hmm.
So
Bataya.
Her death shocked me, not because I didn't know it wasn't going to happen, but because of how gruesome it was.
Yeah.
I was like, did they just tag team rip her apart? Like that was just that was wrong. But she did have the horn in her back pocket. And somebody else picked it up.
Like here's the thing. She didn't have the horn in her back pocket, but she had sawed off the horn. I know, like, she had the residue on her. You know what I mean? Think about it.
Fell out of her pocket when she was running.
Probably no, because remember that by the time the horn was in a silver case, it was like protected in a silver case. They were transporting it, yeah, because they were not giving up that horn, and so regarding her, there were a couple of things that stuck out to me. First, when Dr. Song died, she was so distraught, and I thought that she had a realization, and when what's his name? Shepard comes in, and he's like, no, Do it for him. Don't let him die in vain. We push the boundaries. We keep moving. And she like, yeah, you're right. Let's keep going. I was like, you ain't learned shit. Got it. You ain't learned nothing.
You want to die. Got it.
Got it.
Understood.
And then when he tells her to take off the horn, she goes, well, the thing is, da, 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 da. And she allows him to convince her to do it because she didn't have to do it. So she did it.
She didn't have to do a lot of things, but she did them, and she paid the consequence for it.
Yes. Oh, and then when she opened the case and she spoke to Paul Rudd and she showed him, she says, you think these people are going to make sure that we're taken care of? No, we have to do it.
Elliot character, yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's where he got the idea to steal the horn.
Right. All I know is
which I'm like
was the best.
What happened?
So the ending was a good ending.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, let's jump to the ending real quick. Now that we talk about that, I mean, I know there's a couple more deaths to talk about, including the sons. So you talking about when they are on the property and it's like the parents are like they see the fair maiden, they're like, oh, they fell out. Like I didn't know it was that type of thing. I thought it was like, oh my gosh, it's a fair maiden. Let her pet me. I didn't know it was like, I'm gonna lay on the floor like I'm a puppy. Let's go.
So I started putting all the pieces together when they're on the highway, but I'm like, oh, that's what they meant when they were like, people were taking advantage of them, so they became violent. That, you know how easy it is to do anything. Like, you know what? I'm sorry, but I'm gonna cut off a piece of your bone because you're just docile. Like,
yeah.
But I wasn't expecting that either. I was not expecting that either. He growled and said, "I'm just gonna take a nap, real quick."
Yeah, just I mean, when he fell, I was like, and then when and then the mother fell, and they were all just like, oh, we're at your feet, and then Will Shepherd comes in, starts tying him up. I'm like, y'all just gonna sit there and take it? Like, y'all do some kind of spell? Like, it was like amazing because in the tapestry it said that a fair maiden is what would kind of like, get them, get their attention, but I did not know.
Right.
A fair maiden turned them into like little puppies. I did not realize that. And I was like, oh wow. I mean, well, a fair maiden, pure of heart, type of thing. So wild. That was wild to me.
It was. Shepard's death was so quick, it was dissatisfying. But it was funny to see his body fly. But it was funny to see his body fly. Like, I was like, damn, he got knocked out for real.
Yeah.
But the whole now I know we're jumping around.
Oh yeah, we jump around. This is in order.
The beginning, I wanted to ask you, as a parent to a parent, if you see a mystical creature, you ran it over, and your kid's touching it, and they're looking like they're going to La La Land, are you doing the same thing with the tying iron?
No, I'm pulling her away. I'm focusing on her, not the creature. I'm pulling her away, shaking her, trying to get her attention. I'm actually not. I'm not worried about the creature at the moment. I'm worried about her, and wake up, like shaking her. That's my concern. Because based off his description, like from our point of view, she was just seeing galaxies, but from his point of view, she was going through a seizure. So I'm like pulling you away, like wake up. Like only if honestly, I could only see me doing the tire iron thing if like I'm trying to pull her away and there's some kind of connection where she cannot break. Then I might like try to be like, oh, I'm trying to knock the home and knock something.
I thought about it, and I'm like, I may have done the same thing, but I'm not throwing it in my trunk. I don't care if it's a mystical. I'll take a photo so people believe me if I decide to talk about it. But other than that, I'm not doing it.
Look, I don't understand why he. I don't understand why he took it. I don't understand. Listen. I saw the signs. It's endangered animals in the area, you could get in trouble. Ain't no cameras. You don't know who hit that thing. Done. Why am I bringing the evidence with me? Are we crazy? I'm gonna drag it to the side of the road and be gone. Listen, I know that there's like, I know there are funny like videos people do of like, you know, if black people were in a horror movie, like how it would be different. But let's be real. If it was me or you, this movie would be 5 minutes long.
No, I gotta be honest. No.
Oh, you take the unicorn?
I'm a curious person, but no, hold on. I'm the type of person where I do dirt on my lonely. So I may or may not sneak back out there to see, was that what I thought I saw?
Oh,
I'm not looking at the photo.
So your movie be 20 minutes long because by the time you get out there, unicorn gone. It heals itself.
It might be just in the woods.
Remember by the time they took it to, it was like alive and messing up the car before she shot it in the head. So no, oh yeah, okay, 5 minutes for me, 20 minutes for you. Done.
I'm not putting the damn thing in my vehicle.
No.
Look, I live in the Midwest now, and we've hit 2 deers. Well, I've hit 2 deers.
Are these? Is this normal? Is it endangered? Because a lot of people be telling themselves on the internet now, I need you to. I can't be alibi. I can't be alibi.
I'm not saying as of recent. I'm saying I've hit 2 deers living in the Midwest.
Hey, Francisco says mine's a minute movie.
Who said there's a minute movie?
Mine's a minute movie.
So on my it won't show comments.
Oh, sorry. I see the comments. Oh, I'm reading them.
That's fine.
I actually don't know how to say your name as it is. Erebus 5780. I don't know how to say it.
I know who that is.
Mine's a minute movie. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Mine's a minute movie.
Frankie, you can't eat it though. But it was definitely enjoyable. My perspective, 9.2 out of 10. I already told you my cons. I don't care if you spend all your budget on the parents looking good. Give some realism to the damn baby. I don't care.
Wait, okay.
I could not.
Are you talking about like the car scene? Or are you talking about like
I'm
talking when the baby?
Every time the dick was on the screen, I could tell that someone got paid. Look, no offense, but when I was in animation course, I had one individual who was annoying. Francisco knows who I'm talking about. It looked like they were the person who got hired to do the damn animation. And I'm like,
they might have. Wait, hold on. Francisco says my wife, on the other hand, she'll move me a minute. I don't play that.
That's hilarious.
Oh man. Oh wait, have you seen Death of a Unicorn? You got to watch it, Francisco. You got to see it.
You'll enjoy it. You'll enjoy it for sure.
Sorry. Go back to what you were saying, Anthony. I'm sorry. The person in your animation class.
It looked like this person went on Fiverr and paid $10 for the baby unicorn. Is how I felt. That was my literal that was a con for me, and honestly, I would want just a little better for Shepard. And when I say better, I mean I felt like he should have been the one who kind of got jumped, split in half. Maybe somebody played with his head like a soccer ball. I don't know.
Honestly, okay, so there was that one security person that got their head squashed by the unicorn's hoof. I would have been okay with that. Maybe by the time they got to that point, they ran out of money and they couldn't do it.
But all in all, yeah, 9.2. I'm taking 0.7 away just for the CGI.
So I gave it a 9 out of 10. The twins gave it a 9 out of 10 because it didn't have an after credit scene. I was like, oh, Marvel has ruined you guys.
Look, after credit scenes are so yesterday. Okay, I don't need an after credit scene. I need a whole trailer for you guys are already working on a sequel.
Yes. Oh, Francisco said I haven't, but I'm seeing Megan 2.0 for my birthday. So they ran out of the budget fast. Got it. No, it's still worth watching. It's worth watching.
Definitely.
We're definitely worth watching. We're specifically talking about like the baby unicorn. When the baby unicorn's like alive, the CGI is a little wonky, but the parents, on par. You know what? Too, think about it. The parents were black.
Until
No, right. I think they were like in mourning or incomplete until they got their baby back, and then they all went white. So I'm like, oh my gosh, is unicorn skin like mood rings? Like,
why is that unicorn green? It's black. It's pissed off. You better run.
So here's my thing. Before I saw there were two, I thought when the black one came on, I was like, oh, must have been the female they killed, and that's the male. You know, cause I was thinking it was because Jaleesa and I had just watched for the first time Attack the Block. So we had that in our mind, and we were like, oh, snap. Okay, maybe that's. But then when we saw there were two, we were like, oh, nah, it's a baby. Y'all in trouble.
Yeah.
Y'all in real trouble.
So just watched Attack the Block. When we're talking about Baby Finn from Star Wars, right? Attack the Block?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was a good movie.
Yeah.
But I was going to say something and my brain froze.
Yeah.
Too much unicorn. I'm going to use that every time something happens.
Every time.
No, I was going to say closing statements. So try to keep you on your time limit here.
Oh, we got like 15 more minutes.
You sure?
Yeah. Remember, we restarted the live.
Nice. All right. Because then I do have something I want to talk about. Where's it at? Death of the Unicorn. Alice.
So are you talking about that? Oh, okay. So in talking more about the wealthy people, did you see, like you saw how they were manipulating Paul Rudd?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The manipulation, and like it was like because Ridley is pure of heart, Jenna Ortega, she was like, oh, okay. You know your finger is covering the camera, right? So I see this. I see this.
I'm touching the screen.
So, but like the rationalizing that they were doing, the bound. Oh, you know, this is so great for mankind and cancer. It fixed cancer. It's the biggest one, and you know, like isn't this good for humanity? And the longer they talked, the more they moved, and the more that they realized when the scientists said, "Hey, we can't replicate this. We only got what we got right here." Then it became less about, oh, man, the betterment of man, and more about who's going to pay the most for this. And the more they talked, you're like, oh, snap. And they just, the way that the manipulation and the rationalization was like, I was like, wow, it was on 10. It was on 10. Like, it's real good. It's real good. It's crazy.
The one thing I didn't understand was, and maybe it's just me, if the first like little bit of it was I need a cure for cancer. I got my cure for cancer. It's just me. If I had his mindset, I feel like after I got the cure for cancer, everybody out. It's mine now. I'm good. Leave. How much do I need? Like you can't tell me he didn't have some way of being like, I could sell you 10 units. Just send out a quick blast. I could sell 10 units
of something that cures cancer. This is what I look like, and you guys see me. This is what I look like now. I'm good. It's not BS. Like, how much you want for it? It's a bid. You know he could have done that. So I'm like, even if certain steps were there, certain things could have been avoided.
So when Jenna said we got to get rid of it, and he said, well, we're supposed to just leave it on the side of the road, she goes, yeah, exactly that. If they had listened to her, he would have had his cure.
Everything would have been done.
Yeah, they probably would have left them alone. Now, question for you. When the science lady rolled the baby out, if the baby had the horn, do you think at that moment, at that time, unicorns would have been like, all right, we're good, deuces? Or do you think they would have been like, nah, y'all got to pay now. We didn't like how long you made us wait.
I don't know, because if I put myself in a parent's shoes, which I actually am, nah. Even if I know there's a way to bring my kid back, nah. I'm going to let you think we good. But then, me, my wife, my kid, my mama, my dad, we coming back. I may call up some friends. I'm just saying, I got some friends in Florida that they will ride. I got some friends in other places. I'm just saying, if I'm a mythical creature, you best believe. I probably know the boogeyman. I probably know a few lichens. I probably know some vampires.
Not lichens.
You all have a hell of a night tonight.
Not you pulling out lichens.
Yes.
So actually, that brings me to another point. So, do you think those are like the last 3 unicorns, or do you think there's more?
I think they're the only ones whose child was stupid enough to be playing in the middle of the road.
Let me tell you something. After I bring you back to life, go get the belt. Because you know better. You know better.
That was one thing I couldn't understand either. Like, you sitting there and you see it, and to me, I'm like, if most animals look up, and they, unless it's deer, I think have suicidal tendencies. Don't know why. But
you are a magical unicorn. How did you not see the car coming?
You blink, bitch, move. Like, I don't know. I was mad at the end of the movie because that's what I started thinking about. You could have avoided all this shit if you would have just got out of there. Just move.
All right.
Literally, the unicorn only had to move maybe, let's see, 4 legs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4 steps.
So shut me out. And it wasn't even like they were moving and the unicorn jumped out. The unicorn was just chilling. But okay. So, we got to the theater late, but the movie had, like, I was in line for snacks while the movie was just starting, so I missed like the first 5 or 6 minutes. So is there anything that happened in the first 5 or 6 minutes that would explain why the baby was where the baby was at?
No, not that I saw. What I saw was they were on a damn plane, they're chatting, he dropped some paperwork, she's laying on his shoulder, and he's struggling to get to the damn paperwork, and he drops her head and she hits her head on her. She's like, and he's reaching, and he takes off his seatbelt and goes to reach and gets up, and she goes, boom. But the theater I went to was very, very financially challenged, so the movie skipped twice while we were watching it. Yeah. It skipped from them being in the airplane to just driving, and I don't know if that actually happened in the movie.
Oh, and I can't tell you because I missed the first.
Well, that was another skip, and then after the lady shoots the damn pony when coming out of the window of the car, it skipped to another scene, and I was like, somebody gonna do something about this? And then I was like,
Wait a
all
minute.
right.
Wait. So did you see the part where Shepard says, "I don't think I should be in swimming trunks for this"?
Yeah, I don't think I should be in swimming trunks for this moment.
So you saw that
Yeah.
part.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I don't think you missed anything. But that was
Okay.
fun. Like every freaking line, every one of his lines was golden, yo. Every freaking line was golden. It was so hilarious. Like they nailed the casting, nailed it. And I love that this was shot on location, not just in front of a green screen, so that even at night we could see stuff. We could see. And I know there was the baby unicorn issue, but I can live with that based on everything else they did.
So, Larry Fong is the cinematographer. 300
Okay.
watch Super 8, Batman, Superman, Kong. Don't care about this movie. Didn't care about this one either. The Tomorrow War was a good one, and The
Yeah.
Predator. So it was like, dang, like I didn't know it was him until I looked it up, and I was like, okay, there was
Mm-hmm.
a signature from him. I like it. So, yeah, it was a really good movie. I enjoyed it. Now I'm gonna go watch The Working Man and Novocaine.
I've heard such good things about like Novocaine. I mean, the Working Man. You know what you're getting. You know what you're getting. Okay.
Hey, Jason
Huh?
Statham is one of my favorites because I know what I'm getting.
Oh yeah, no. No. This was not going the way you thought it was going. I was going to tell you.
Oh, you already seen it, right?
No, I haven't seen it. But no, what I was going to tell you is like, yeah, I know what I'm getting. It's paint by numbers, which I love. Like the Beekeeper, I'm here for it. Hey, Protect the Hive. I was like, yes. Run it.
A friend of mine got mad at me because I said Jason Statham is the 30-year-old's Bruce Willis. And they were like, how? And I was like, look at the movies, bro. Look at what he's putting out. He's just better in certain aspects. He's not as good as an actor, but he is a better action movie star, so it works.
Okay.
He is,
Yeah.
like, you could put him in, I mean, you could put him in the category where the Arnold Schwarzeneggers, who only did those type of movies and maybe had one or two funny, goofy movies.
Outliers, yeah. Like Kindergarten Cop.
Like, even Kindergarten Cop, still actiony. Twins.
Yeah.
I don't know why had action in that movie because it didn't need it, but they did it just for him. So
Didn't go all the way.
that, like, they made movies for him, and I'm like, Jason Statham is it. But yeah, Novocaine. I'm gonna be watching around 10 o'clock tonight. But The Working Man, I'm going to the theater here in 15 minutes because I bought my ticket already.
Ooh, nice.
So,
Let me see. What was I gonna say about that? I want to see Novocaine because I'm like, yo, Jack Quaid. Yo, I see what you're doing. Your dad and your mom have come together to create you, and they did a good job. I like what I see.
is he the one in Companion?
Yes.
I couldn't remember if that's what his name is for Novocaine. So, for those watching this, we have a list of movies we may or may not watch to talk about with you guys. And Companion was on that list, and I watched that. I'm so done with robot movies.
I enjoyed Companion. It was a completely different approach.
Talk about that next one.
Yes. Okay. No, you're right. We're getting to that. I'll tell you what I am kind of getting sick of. AI. That's a separate conversation.
Are we talking? You're looking forward to see more movies with it, or you're actually using it?
No, I'm talking about real life.
You're sick of it, right? That's what you said?
Yeah.
You're sick of AI?
Yes.
Don't be. I'm going to tell you something. One of the reasons why I am now doing AV and all that stuff, learn it, understand it, learn how to spot it, train yourself to be better than it, because we're not using full-fledged AI right now. We are using large language
Yes.
models. We are using
Large language models. No, you're right. You're right. We're using large language models. Yeah.
we're using visual aids and things of that nature. I don't think people actually take a second. Like, I know a guy who actually uses AI to sell tapestries. He goes online, uses the AI to create something, and then prints out a tapestry.
Oh, like the unicorn tapestries.
You're right. So the only thing is, I keep trying to tell him, you're going to catch that one person who actually looks at what you sent them and not just, oh, I printed out this tapestry, sent it off. They're going to look at their tapestry and realize there's a nose on a unicorn. There is a human nose on the unicorn. Was it a unicorn? No, but he did create something where it was an animal, and he kept typing in more realism, more realism, more realism.
Well, let me ask you a question, because two of my daughters want to go into animation. Like, they have the skills. I just have to kind of like get, so considering where we're headed, trajectory, and how AI is large language models. Not only do they suck up resources, because they, every prompt is freaking a bottle of water, and people don't really realize.
Mm-hmm.
But they take from artists to create, to replicate. Like, I'm not sure what to tell them. I'm not sure.
I would say, and this is my personal thoughts on it, I feel like any job that you currently have now, you need to have some knowledge, and you have to have some intermediate knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even have intermediate knowledge of everything that falls under the umbrella of artificial intelligence. I know large language models because when I was working at the VA, I had a mentor there that, like, we broke it down. We were trying to build out our own model and things like that. So I got deep into it. I still mess with it now. I actually have not a key drive, but one of my old hard drives has a large language model in it. But then I just files on it and all that stuff where I'm like, oh, cool. Like, I downloaded a model. I learned how to use Docker, this, that, and the other. Learn how to utilize it to advance yourself and make sure you take courses that are given. So that way, if you are building out animations, you're drawing, you're doing things like that, you can go from, you know what, this is not what I want it to look like. I drew it. Let me go ahead and scan it in. Hey, can you enhance this with, give it your descriptor, or give it the description that you're looking for, what you actually have in your head. Now you just enhanced your own work. A lot of people right now are making money off of the fact that they're stealing other artwork, things of that nature.
Yeah.
But if you understand how to privatize the LLM on your own equipment and then utilize it for yourself where it's not connected to the internet, you have a chance of beating out your competition every single time. That's how I see it anyway. I mean, I just a friend of mine's kid draws, and he's like, hey, I heard you're looking for X, Y, and Z. And I was like, yeah, give me a second. I went in, I turned off my internet, I went into my private one that I have. I gave it the descriptor of what I've been looking for, what I really want, but I can't draw it myself. I sent it to him and I told him, hey, this is what I have. These are my references. I had reference photos of what I wanted. Plus, I inputted them into a generator to help me out. I sent it to him. That's what I did. Not everybody else is going to do that. I still want the touch of a paintbrush. I want to see the real strokes, things like that. I think real art, or I guess tangible physical art, is going to be invaluable come very soon.
Yeah, they're both like, they can do digital, but they both prefer by hand, and they're just like, it's crazy talented. Like, my daughter, like my oldest, I said, hey, we should probably start putting, yeah, we can literally put out like a little cartoon online, like just do our own little thing. Serious, let's go. Like
if they're decent, they have a great person to look up to when it comes to putting out content. Have them put it on YouTube. I know for me, I'm constantly watching other people's animations, and I'm an anime nerd. You know that. I'd like to watch stuff like that, especially when they've put so much work into it. I mean, there's a guy on there now who did every single aspect of the animation pipeline on his own. On his own.
So I am definitely going to reach out to you offline because my oldest, she's going to school right now, but like the classes between the college she's going into and everything, they're not giving her what she needs. Like, so I'm trying to like figure out where to direct her. So I would like to have a conversation with you offline about that.
Let me know. I'm free. Call me Saturday.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna hit you up Saturday. All right. Sorry, guys.
Before you hang up, I'll do this to you on live. We're Zombies 2.
I knew you were gonna do that. Okay. Maybe that is where my kryptonite will come in, and I'll actually reach out to AI and be like, just finish it for me because I can't do this anymore.
What do you, before you hang up, what do you need? Tell the people what you need to get it done.
Time and editing. Like, it's a lot to go over. It's just a lot to sit through. Like, I started, don't get me wrong. I'm on episode 4. I've just been, it's a lot. Like, it's a lot. Like, I know you're big. It's also a mental thing.
I know you are.
It's also a mental thing. So.
We know people. You know people.
Yes. You're right.
If I gotta take some PTO, or if I gotta wait till the baby's born and take 2 weeks and be like, hey kiddo, you're just gonna have to whine while I edit this.
Oh yeah. I'm glad to know that you'll ignore your baby.
It's named after me. I can't ignore him.
Oh, a junior.
No. A second. I'm fancy. He's the second.
Yes, man.
I'm going to tell you his full name.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you a joke after. But thanks for having me on.
Yeah.
I really hope I get to do this again. And I'm sorry if you guys see my face again in like a month or 2.
Absolutely. Yo, May is open right now, so don't play with me.
Look,
and then
all my movies are coming.
What?
Don't let nobody else gets Sinners. I'm calling it here. I'm calling it now.
All right, Sinners. No one else gets Sinners. You guys heard that? No one else gets Sinners. Got it. You got it. I gave it to you.
Thank you for everything. I had fun.
Same here. Thank you so much for coming on. And I hope that this movie continues to make more money at the box office because we need to encourage more original stuff. So, again, another separate conversation. Go have fun. Enjoy your movie.
Thank you.
Message me. I'll be calling you on Saturday.
You better.
Bye.
Bye.
I will.